You said in Vicksburg there was racism and like segregation. Could you like describe that?
Hmm?
Could you describe how that was?
Well, black people were black people, and they generally socialized with each other. And white people were white people, and they generally socialized with each other. And when you did work, if you worked with them or for them, was another thing, but at least you know where you stood. See, the difference in California is black people don't know where they stand. And they'll tell you one thing out here and mean something different, where in Mississippi it was altogether different. If they tell you something, it means that today and mean that tomorrow. And that's final. But now you have children growing up confused over what they meant, and particularly black children. Most black children, it's been my experience, leave home because they're socialized with people like me. That's the family. They socialize with me, they get my impression. They socialize with my wife, which is their grandmother, and they get her impression. Then they socialize with their mother. Then they socialize with children on the outside. But their basic socialization is inward at home. And at home, they get a smorgasbord of ideas and things that are relevant to them, but are not relevant to white children. And it's very bad. You see, I just did a show about color. You know what, any of you do not know what color is. Color is a climatic condition. Color of a person has nothing to do, he's a human being. It's like seeing a chicken. You see a little chicken, you see a big chicken, you see a white chicken, you see a black chicken. One of the things you know, it's a chicken. We don't look at human beings like that, because if we did, we would not describe them as black children or white children. This is a part and parcel of slavery in America. That was the identification badge. The black ones are slaves, the white ones are slave owners. That is what I think the bulk of the term black, white come from. Because if you look at you going to school, and you going to school, and him going to school, and if something fell on you and cut you and you were bleeding, and it took some of his blood to save your life, it's evident that there's no difference between human beings, because his blood can save your life or yours can save his. So the only thing you're talking about is what the sun did. The sun create waves, and it's warmer in some places than it is in others. So you find that we lived in a climate before coming to America where it was always hot, and I've had the occasion to visit Nigeria. I visited the Middle East, and it's so hot, I'm telling you, I can readily understand why we're so dark. I mean, it is hot in Nigeria. When I opened the door of the airplane, I thought somebody had threw me in an oven, So I'm just saying, so that answers to me what I said was true. We have to grow up. You children, y'all got to grow out of identifying people by the color of their skin. If that's your friend, it's your friend. He's a human being. That's all he is. You can't make no more out of him than he's a human being, and you're a human being. And until we can come to that, we will always have, as a result, See, because slavery didn't only affect us, it affected white people too. Because they had to have separation of toilets, and drinking fountain, and places to sit and do this and do that, which is all crazy. And if you really stop and look at it, psychologically something was wrong with them. And it hasn't changed very much with time. So that is the point I'm making.